Dear students, today I will start my class for class 11th computer science with Python. Now today I will teach second lesson whose name is software concepts. Before going ahead, I will give you some motivational statements. यदि आप सकारात्मक नहीं सोचेंगे तो नकारात्मक विचार अपनी जगह अपने आप आपके मस्तिष्क में बना लेंगे। अतः हमेशा सकारात्मक सोचना चाहिए। सकारात्मक सोच से ही लक्ष्यों की प्राप्ति होती है। अतः लक्ष्य प्राप्ति के लिए सकारात्मक सोच आवश्यक है। अब नाउ आई विल स्टार्ट द लेक्चर फ्रॉम real-time operating system. In short, it is known as RTOS. What is real-time operating system? In real-time operating system, the jobs have fixed deadline. Again, I will tell you, in real-time operating system, each and every job have fixed deadline and job must have to be completed within their defined deadline time. If job does not complete within defined deadline, then job becomes fail. So in real time operating system, completion of the job must be within defined deadline. The system performance is measured by its ability to complete jobs within a specified deadline. The example of real-time operating systems are Linux operating system, OSE, RT, Linux, etc. These are the example of real-time operating system. Now let us see where these operating systems are used. I mean area of application. In airline reservation system, these types of operating systems are used. Air traffic controller means for air traffic controller the real time operating systems are used. The another use of real time operating system is inside the computer system. Those situations that has high speed interrupt driven IO operation where real time operating systems are used. I means I am going to correct this statement. High speed interrupts driven IO devices are controlled by real time operating system. Now let us see the next multi processing operating system. As name suggests, multi processing, it means this operating system handles more than one processor at a time. Multi more than one processors capability. Thus multi-processing operating system able to handle more than one processors at a time. See here, more than one processors to execute the job at a time. So it is also known as multi-processor operating system. In this way we can say multi-processing operating system. This is also known as multi-processor operating system. These operating systems improve the system efficiency by sharing the loads. Next, in the case of more than one identical processor, this operating system is used to improve the system efficiency. In case of an identical processor, in multiprocessing operating system there may be two situations. First, identical processor. Second, unidentical processor. If processors are identical, then they improve the system efficiency by sharing the load, and if processors are unidentical, in this case the multiprocessing operating system should be able to control the main processor, and this main processor controls the working of the slave processor. The examples of such operating systems are Unix, Linux, Windows NT, etc. The area of application, where these types of operating systems are used. These types of operating systems are used for satellite control system, weather forecasting system, in satellite communication. In such kind of tasks, multiprocessing operating systems are used. Now let us see the fourth type of operating system, that is distributed operating system. This type of operating system is designed to share its work load over multiple servers, mostly from multiple locations. Thus, a distributed operating system has a decentralized architecture. Decentralized architecture means these operating systems supports such operations, such tasks that is performed or completed by several computers that is located at different areas. A distributed operating system shares data and resources among its multiple servers to get maximum efficiency, that I have told you. Where these kind of operating systems are used? Most reservation system. It means in reservation system, reservation may be railway reservation, may be hotel reservation, etc. use distributed operating system. The example of this kind of operating system is Unix, Linux, DCE, Xopen, etc. Now let us see the sixth type of operating system, that is interactive operating system. Interactive. These operating systems are interactive in nature. What do you mean by interactive? Interactive means this OS provide GUI interface to provides facility, move and easy interaction for the users. All the Android operating systems, all the examples of interactive operating system means they gives facility users by touching the icons, images, etc. I would like to tell you, we are studying the types of system software, and we have studied operating system. Now let us see the second types of system software, whose name is language processor. A language processor is a special type of software that translates the source code into object code. Source code. What do you mean by the source code and object code? Source code means any program that is written by the programmer is known as source code, or it is also known as high level programming programs, because these programs are written in any high level language like C, C++, Java, Visual Basic, Python, etc. It means any program written by a programmer in high level language is known as the source code. And object code means a program that is written or represented in the binary language, I means in the combination of 0 and 1, and this is known as object code. Object code are easy to understand by the machine. Language processor is a program that converts source code, means programs written by the programmer in high level programming language, into the machine code, into the binary form. There are two types of language processor. There are three types of language processor. First, assembler, second, compiler, and third, interpreter. Now let us see one by one. Assembler. Assembler is a special language translator program that converts assembly language programs into machine language. What is the assembly language program? A program that is written in English like words is known as assembly language program. Assembly language uses the English like words like move, sta, in, out, etc. for the different tasks. Now let us see interpreter. What is the interpreter? Interpreter is also a types of translator program that converts source code that is written in high level language and converts it into the binary form and execute it also. The function of interpreter is explained in the diagram here. This is a human program, I mean this is a program written by the programmer in any high level language, and this program has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statements. A interpreter fetches these instructions, these statements one by one, checks for error. If there is any error in this statement, then interpreter send it again to the programmer, and programmer correct it and again fetch. If there is no any error in the statement, then interpreter translate it into binary code. After translating into binary, gets data and information if needed from the user, and after execution display the result. This is the overall function work of the interpreter, that is translator program. Now let us see third type of translator program, whose name is compiler. It is also a special type of software that first translates entire program into binary form and then execute all the codes in one go, it means one cycle. We can understand the function of compiler with this figure. This is a program written by the user, so this program is known as the source code. It is written in any programming languages and has the following statements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interpreter fetches all instructions at a time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all statements fetched by the compiler fetches all the instructions at a time, all the statements at a time, and checks for the error. If there is a error in the program, then sends information to the programmer, I mean display the errors line wise. Programmer correct all errors, and again corrected statements are fetched by the compiler, If there is no any error in the statements, then it goes ahead, translates all the five statements into the binary form, and then execute it and display the results. This is the function of compiler. I would like to summarize for you the difference between the compiler and interpreter. See the working function diagram of the interpreter. Here interpreter takes the statements one by one. However, compiler fetches all the statements at a time, converts into binary form and execute. However, interpreter takes one statement, convert it, execute it, and then takes second and convert, execute, and so on. This is the main basic difference between the compiler and interpreter. Now I am going to finish my lecture at this point. In next video I will start my lecture from utility software. Thank you.